Hi guys, it's Marcus's Conspiracy Theories here, and tonight we're going to be talking about the COVID-19 conspiracies. Blaming 5G. This conspiracy theory should be easy to debunk. It is biologically impossible for viruses to spread using the electromagnetic spectrum. The latter are waves, photons, while the former are biological particles composed of proteins and nucleic acids. But that isn't really the point. Conspiracy theories are enticing because they often link two things which at first might appear to be correlated. In this case, the rapid rollout of 5G networks was taking place at the same time the pandemic hit. Cue a viral meme linking the two together, avidly promoted by anti-vaccine activists who have long been spreading the fears about electromagnetic radiation, egged on by the Kremlin. It's worth repeating, as the World Health Organization, the WHO, points out that viruses cannot travel on mobile networks and that COVID-19 is spreading rapidly in many countries that do not have 5G networks. Even so, this conspiracy theory, after being spread by celebrities with big social media followings, has led to cell phone towers being set on fire in the UK and elsewhere. So 5G towers, I don't really know what to think about that. Like, I know it is a bit of a coincidence that, you know, they were building the 5G towers as the pandemic hit, but on the other hand, you know, it might have some backing, because in the UK now and in America, Donald Trump and the UK government then has gone all out now to get Hawaii out of this country. So anything made by Hawaii, the network and the phone, they're on about getting it out of this country altogether, and all the 5G towers are being pulled down. So, you know, if there weren't any backing, why would they be doing that? You know, why are they getting rid of the 5G towers? So, you know, I don't really know what to think about that. Yeah, I do agree that viruses can't spread via the 5G network. You know, but yeah, you know, on to the next one. Virus escaped from a Chinese lab. Right, this one at least has the benefit of being plausible. It is true that the original epicenter of the epidemic, the Chinese city of Wuhan, also hosts a virology institute where researchers have been studying bat coronaviruses for a long time. One of these researchers, Zhi Shengli, a prominent virologist who spent 5 years collecting bat dung samples in caves and was lead expert on the earlier SARS outbreak, was sufficiently concerned about the prospect that she spent frantically checking lab records to see if anything had gone wrong. She admits breathing a sigh of relief when genetic sequencing showed that the new SARS-CoV-2 coronavirus did not match any of the virus samples and studied in the Wuhan Institute of the Virology by her team. However, the sheer coincidence of China's lead institute studying bat coronaviruses being in the same city as the origin of COVID-19 outbreak has proved too juicy for conspiracists to resist. The idea was seeded originally via a slick-hour-long documentary produced by Epoch Times, an English-language news outlet based in the United States, with links to the furlong religious cult that has long been persecuted by the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP. The Epoch Times insists on calling COVID the CCP virus in all its coverage. The theory has now tipped into the mainstream, being reported in the Washington Post, the Times, the UK, and many other outlets. So this one is quite plausible, to be honest, because there's a lot of coincidences concerning the COVID-19 outbreak in Wuhan and the virology lab that's there. You know, I don't think it came out of nowhere. I think it definitely came from somewhere. And I personally think that it did, yeah, come from the lab. How it got out, I don't know. And, maybe further on in the future we will know exactly how it got out. But definitely I think that conspiracy is plausible. COVID-19 was created as a biological weapon. A Spicer variant is that COVID not only escaped from a lab, but it was intentionally created by Chinese scientists as a biowarfare weapon. According to the Pew Research, nearly 3 in 10 Americans believe that COVID-19 was made in a lab, either intentionally or on accident. The former is more popular. Specifically, 23% believe it was developed intentionally, and with 6% believing it was an accident. This theory that the Chinese somehow created the virus is particularly popular on the US political right. It gained mainstream coverage thanks to the US Senator Tom Cotton, Republican of Arkansas, who amplified theories first aired in the Washington Examiner, a highly conservative media outlet, that the Wuhan Institute of Virology is linked to Beijing's covert bioweapons program. This theory can be easily debunked now that there is unambiguous scientific evidence, thanks to the genetic sequencing, that the SARS-CoV-19 virus has entirely natural origins as a zoonotic virus originated in bats. The Examiner has since added a correction at the top of the original piece, admitting the story is probably false. Right. I personally think this could have happened, because I believe in, have any of you seen the Nostradamus theories? Basically what that is was prophecies that people had wrote thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago that basically come true. They predicted 9/11, they predicted Hitler, they predicted loads of things. So I'm on one of their predictions. They actually predicted that yellow men would take over the earth. Right? This is kind of weird, because when I think of yellow men, I automatically think of Chinese. Right? And that's not a racist thing. That's just what automatically comes into my head when I think of yellow men. So maybe the Chinese did produce this as a biological weapon. And maybe this is their way in, of taking over the earth. Maybe, who knows? But I personally think this could have happened. I wouldn't say this is false in my eyes, but as a skeptic, I could think that this could have happened. The next one is the US military imported COVID-19 into China. Now this is going to be a weird one, but also you never know. The Chinese government responded to the anti-China theories with a conspiracy theory of its own that seeks to turn blame back around onto the United States. This idea was spread initially by Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Zhou Lijin, who tweeted, "It's possible that the US military brought the virus to Wuhan." These comments, according to the Voice of America News, echoed a rumored conspiracy widely circulated in China that US military personnel had brought the virus to China during their participation in the 2019 Military World Games in Wuhan last October. For China, as The Atlantic reported, this conspiracy theory and the accompanying attempts to rename COVID the USA virus was a transparent geological ploy, useful for domestic propaganda but not widely believed internationally. I don't think the Americans done it. Why would they do that? Why would they do that and then bring it back on their own people? It doesn't make sense. This one, GMOs are somehow to blame. Genetically modified crops have been target of conspiracy theories for years, so it was hardly a surprise to see GMOs blamed in the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. In early March, Italian attorney Francesco Bellotto penned a bizarre article for the Second Manifesto, falsely claiming that GM crops cause genetic pollution that allows viruses to proliferate. Due to the resulting environmental imbalance, anti-GMO activists have also tried to blame modern agriculture, which is a strange since we know known path of virus into the human population. As with Ebola, HIV and many others, was through the very ancient practice of people capturing and killing wildlife. Ironically, GMOs will almost certainly be a part of a vaccine solution. If any of the ongoing 70 vaccine projects work, which is a big if, that would be pretty much the only guaranteed way the world can get out of the COVID-19 mess. Vaccines could be based on either GM adjuvants, viruses, or use antigens produced by GM insect cell lines or plants. If GMOs do help save the world from the curse of COVID-19, maybe they'll stop being a dirty word. But I don't think it came from plants. I really can't see that. You know, plants do make medicines and plants make everything else. But, on the other hand, have you seen the film The Happening? When basically Mother Nature takes back and starts killing everyone. So maybe the plants are to blame. But, you know, who knows? This is another conspiracy theory. COVID-19 doesn't actually exist. According to professional conspiracy theorists like David Ickel and Infowars, Alex Jones, COVID-19 doesn't actually exist, but is a plot by the globalist elite to take away our freedoms. Early weaker versions of this theory were prevalent on the political rights in the notion that the novel coronavirus would be no worse than the flu, and later versions now influencing anti-lockdown protests across several states in the US because believers increasingly refuse to observe social distancing measures. They could directly help to spread the epidemic further in their localities and increase the resulting death rate. You know, definitely COVID-19 does exist, and I know that from experience because my grandfather was actually killed by COVID-19. So, you know, it definitely does exist. Unless the government is hiding something from us, which is a possibility because I do not trust the government, and I reckon all the governments across the world are all in on something together. So maybe, you know, it could be fake, but you know, the evidence is there that it is real, and it's an invisible disease that you can't see. So, you know, think about that, invisible. So maybe it doesn't exist, maybe it does, but you know, who knows? The pandemic is being manipulated by the deep state. Some believe that a deep state of American elite is plotting to undermine the president, and that Dr. Anthony Fauci, the face of the US coronavirus pandemic response, is a secret member. Fauci's expression of disbelief when the deep state was mentioned during a press briefing supposedly give that game away. Ooh, so somebody mentioned it, and you could see by his face that they had said something that he didn't want to hear. You know, guilty. Maybe he is. Maybe he is something to do with the deep state. Who knows? COVID-19 is a plot by big pharmaceuticals. Many conspiracy theory promoters are in relatively clever actors trying to sell quack products. Alex Jones, between rants about the hoaxes and the New World Order, urges viewers to buy expensive miracle pills that he claims can cure all known diseases. Come on, Alex Jones, shut up. Miracle pill. He's trying to flog you crap, guys. Don't buy the pills of Alex Jones. Right, so Dr. Mercola, a quack anti-vax and anti-GMO medic who has been banned from Google due to peddling misinformation, claims that the vitamins and numerous other products he sells can cure or prevent COVID-19. Right, guys, obviously taking vitamins and, you know, keeping a healthy diet may help if you get COVID-19. It may boost your immune system. But I don't think there's any miracle pill or anything that can stop it. I think everybody's different and they've got to deal with it how their body deals with it. Natural News, another conspiracist site, sells a manner of pills, potions and prepper gear These conspiracists depend for their market on getting people to believe that evidence-based, i.e. conventional medicine doesn't work and is a plot. Conspiracies are a staple or anti-vaccination narrative, so it's hardly surprising that they have transmuted into an age of the coronavirus. So, if these people are trying to sell you prepping gear, there's nothing wrong with prepping. I like to think of myself as some sort of prepper. I like to be prepared. But, sometimes they can sell you a lot of bullshit as well. Lies. Don't believe what people say. Definitely. COVID-19 deaths and death rates are inflated. COVID death rates are inflated. Another far-right meme is the idea that COVID death rates are being inflated and therefore there is no reason to observe lockdown regulations or other social distancing measures. Prominent in promoting this myth is Dr. Annie Bukecki, whose speech warning that COVID death certificates are being manipulated has been viewed more than 250,000 times on YouTube. Bukecki appears in a white lab coat and with a stethoscope around her neck, making her look like an authoritative medical source. Dig a little deeper though, however, as a Rolling Stone magazine did, and it turns out that she's actually a far-right anti-vaccination and anti-abortion activist, previously noted for bringing tiny plastic fetuses into the Montana state legislature. Her insistence that COVID death rates are inflated has caused no basis. In fact, more likely the current death toll is seriously out of undercount. So, there's a lot more people died than what they know about. So, I definitely don't think they're inflated. I think people are dying. Whether it's COVID-19 that's causing them to die, I don't really know. But, I'm not a doctor. I'm just reading out the facts. I'm just trying to let everyone know the actual conspiracies around this. And it's up to you to make your mind of what you believe in. But once again, the truth is we will never know the truth. So until next time, I'll see you soon.